everybody, Idaho Man here. I guess first off, you might have noticed the YouTube has changed its name. It went from the gravel pile, which was alright. I was never really a huge fan of it. It never really caught my attention. It never really had that, I guess, kind of wow factor that I thought it needed. And after some recent events involving the white pickup and a YouTube video, I decided we might as well change it to the Idaho Man. So here's the white pickup, but if you want to know more, you can probably YouTube Idaho Man and find all the info you want to find there. But I guess since the last video, I did end up taking the supercharger snout back off. I took it off, took it into work, had the hub pressed on a little bit more, wrestled it all back on, got a new belt on. Now I just need to get it started. Today's Saturday. Fuel pump should be showing up whenever the mail gets here, so that'll be cool. But I think right now we are going to start trying to unbolt the bed. I think we're just going to try and do the bed tipping method or something like that. And then from doing some research, it sounds like my fuel pumps have been going bad because I've been using the stock wiring, and they don't really seem to enjoy that. So we're also going to do a Hotwire kit. We're gonna use existing wiring though, because this has a hitch, it has trailer wiring, it has everything. So I think we're gonna tap into the charge wire for the trailer wiring and use that as our Hotwire kit. So should be interesting. Hopefully it works. If it does, that'd be awesome. Save myself a whole bunch of money, get this thing going, maybe get to drive it and go do some stuff. We kind of got a storm coming in. I don't know if you can really see it. It's supposed to start thunder and lightning this afternoon, so we'll see how far I can get before then. But I guess watch along, we'll see what happens. Okay, so got the tailgate off. Don't know why. Internet said to do that. And then under here, got some wiring unhooked for the trailer, for the bed lights. And if you notice, I don't know how well it'll show up, but everything's melting under here. And all that. It doesn't seem to enjoy the heat from the exhaust during certain tire rotating activities in Mexico. So I'm probably not going to go over too much how to do this bed tilting method, just because there's so many videos out there. You're not really watching this for that reason, and I don't want to bore you, but from what I was reading, there's 4 bolts on each side. So I'll go through, get those all done, and see how well this goes. Probably grab some chunks of firewood or something to jam in between the bed and the frame, hopefully to keep it up, give me enough room to work with. So we'll see. Well, I'm thinking I might be getting shut down. Was just raining a little bit more, still kind of trying to. The sky's a little dark there. It might be over there too. Hard to say, I can't really tell, but we got the bed unbolted. And I got a piece of wood here. I just can't quite get it by myself, so I'm waiting for help to show up. So at least I can lift on the bed and they can shove that in there to stand it up or something. And then fuel pump hasn't shown up yet. Hopefully it actually does come today, but I was hoping to get going on some wiring and stuff, but I guess we'll just wait and see. Hopefully it shows up, if anything, and it rains the rest of the day like it's supposed to. Hopefully I can just work on it tomorrow. But I guess we'll check in with you in a little bit. Hey everyone, so it's now Tuesday. Fuel pump finally showed up yesterday, so 2 days late, which kind of meant my whole weekend was wasted. Didn't get to do really anything because kind of just waiting around for this fuel pump. Anyways, fuel pump's here. Install kit, fuel pump. Had to go to Harbor Freight to get some fuel line disconnect tools. Needed some hose clamps. Tried to find a JB Weld. All I could find was HFT super epoxy weld. JB Weld was already sketchy. I don't know how I feel about off-brand JB Weld, so we'll see what happens. But other than that, I guess I'll just get to work on it, pull the fuel pump real quick, and check in with you. Okay, so we're under the pickup. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's the end of the fuel line fitting. Still in the fuel line. So that's cool. AutoZone has another setup, but it doesn't have this guy. So I don't know how much I need that. But we'll take this out, see what happens. Hey everyone, it's the next day. It's now Wednesday. As you've seen, this guy broke off on me, so that was cool. AutoZone had a new one for 80 bucks. I really couldn't justify spending the 80 bucks on it just because I'm not really going to be using very much of it. Luckily, some friends of mine up north, up yonder, Nick and Randall and their dad and them, they were able to find a couple of these at their house, piece something together. So between the three of these, I should be able to make something work. Should be able to, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I should be able to do something with them though. Caitlin, my parts runner, she actually brought them down for me. She's actually outside right now vacuuming, so I don't know how well the sound's turning out, but I guess right now I'm gonna work on putting the walbro into something, seeing what happens, and we'll go from there. Check in with you in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, I need more stuff here. Old fuel pump setup, new one. There's my new hole for the wires to come through for the fuel pump. And then I got this little grommet I'll put in, feed the wires through it, and then I'll take and I'll coat everything in this just to seal it up. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I had to stop for a little dinner break, had some Sonic, but got the inside there all broke out. Right there around that center hole, there was chunks, there's plastic that kind of stood up. So I broke all of that out, that way the pump can sit in there a little bit better. Pulled everything out of the bottom of it, so I don't really know what I'm gaining here, but slapped the sock on the bottom of the pump, and then we'll just shove the whole thing in here, see what happens, and then I will mix up some JB Weld, slap it on the top, and let it sit overnight, and then tomorrow I'll be able to throw it in and get to wiring on it. The only sad part about all of this is figured while it's out, I might as well see what happens if I take the old pump and just hook it straight up to the battery. Well, it works, so I guess we'll see what happens. If anything, it's getting wired straight to the battery now, and we're just going to be using the factory wiring as a trigger for the relay. So if that doesn't work, I can always run a wire from a switch or something, and then I just have to manually turn it on every time, or I could even just wire it up to like keyed power or something, so that way it just comes on when the key does. So we'll see. I'll figure something out, but that's it for now. I will mix up the JB Weld, show you guys that in a second. Mix equal amounts. Surfaces should be clean and dry. Kinda cleaned it earlier. Use our plastic knife here. Mix this up. Take a good glob of it. And we'll just go like this. no. This is not cooperating even a little bit. And it looks terrible. Yep. I don't see anything, so we're gonna hope that works. So right now, I unpinned the power and ground out of here that would normally plug into the top of the fuel pump. So now that's what this is all for. Running straight up through here, and then we'll run these. We'll connect these to like the, oh, this will just get grounded to the frame or something right there. And then the power will run and attach it to the charge wire for the trailer wiring. So that's that plan, kind of a ghetto Hotwire kit. So I guess that's it for tonight. We'll let that sit overnight, let it set up, see what happens. Maybe check it in the morning, see what it looks like. Well, it's now Thursday after work. JB Weld is all dried. Apparently it doesn't set up as much as I thought it would right away. So I had to keep rotating it last night because it kept running. And you can see here where it was kind of running down the connector, but should be all sealed up, so we'll see. I think the only thing I might do now is I might bend the little float arm, bend it up, that way it kind of matches about where the bottom of the fuel pump is. You can kind of see it's up in there a little bit, so that might be the only thing I do. Other than that, we're gonna Hail Mary this in. Hopefully that distance works on my tank. If it doesn't, I don't really know what else to do, so we'll see what happens. So then, just because the kit came with it, I figured I might as well make some waterproof connectors so it'll unhook. If I ever have to do it again, it'll unhook from there for the fuel pump. Then I can also unhook it here and be able to take this completely out of the vehicle without having to cut wires and restrip some stuff. So I'm gonna keep putting this side together, and then we'll head over to the pickup. Okay, so let's see what happens. Oh yeah. You didn't know any better, you'd almost think it was meant to be. Now we just gotta get some fuel lines put on there and do some wiring. Okay, so everything I read, it said that the gray wire and the 4-plug connector, the gray wire is the power wire from the ECU. So I guess you can either cut it or whatever. I just unpinned it, thinking what I might do is just crimp over top of this. That way, if I ever wanted to for whatever reason, I can always go back, just uncrimp it basically, slip it back in here, and then we're good to go. So work on doing that. And then I guess next is trying to figure out where this trailer wiring is. Hopefully it's this guy. Which it looks like it might be. There's a pretty healthy red wire in there, so I'll verify this is that, and we'll check in a second. Here we got this one's a 5-pole relay. I really only wanted 4, but I have a 5 already. I actually have 5 of them. Bought a 5-pack of them for I don't know what reason, but I have them. So, and it's all waterproof. It's all really nice relay. So I guess right now I just got to figure out where I want to mount it and figure out wiring from there. So kind of thinking about just drilling a hole right here in this body mount, putting it right there or something, but I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so plug this in. That's in. Wires are all hooked up. Ground is ran. Nothing's heat shrinked yet at all, or really tucked away nicely. I guess right now all that really leaves is hook the battery back up, see what happens. Use my needle and pliers to tighten this. First things first, turn the key on. That's not good. I don't have any gauges. Why do I not have any gauges? Got fuel pressure though. Let me look into the no gauges thing real quick. Well, luckily I had a friend stop by. He had to grab some stuff from me, but got the bed down. Just got to put some tools away. Got the wiring all heat shrinked, all zip tied, all tucked away. Seems to work great. So I don't know if we'll take it driving tonight or not, tonight or in the morning, but we'll see what happens.